What's up, everybody? I'm Brian from I1 Customs, right there, and I1 Tesla. Today we're installing a sunshade in a Cybertruck. Now, this is not my Cybertruck. I've actually done this already in mine, but this is a good friend of mine. He's going to be getting the sunshade in his. He ordered it from Test Studios. Let me show you what mine looks like inside my truck. I already have mine installed. I've had it installed for quite a while, and I haven't done a video because they changed the wiring placement now. Before, it was hooked up to the autopilot computer, which is right over there, and I don't think it gave enough power to it, so I just unhooked it and I just have it closed anyway. Now there's it goes right up to the frunk power, and then you can turn it on and off if you want to. But let me show you what mine looks like. So also, if you want to scan that QR code and order something from our shop here, but this is the sunshade. It's hard to see. Let me widen the view a little bit. So it opens from the middle. There's actually LED lights that are right here. There's buttons right here and up front to control it, but it's also voice activated. So you can just say, "Hello, Amy," and it will open up. Hopefully you're not in your car with this and it just did that, but you can change the colors that way. I just leave it this way so I get to block the sun. And you can't see it from the outside. Well, I already have some like police looking graphics on mine. So if I'm sitting in the car, you know, I'm usually never back here, but I'm 6'5". So yes, my head does hit this, but normal people are not this tall. So you would be just fine. I think kids would be just fine. They can actually hit the buttons and maneuver it, but it actually quiets things down a little bit, but it stops so much heat. I like it. So we're going to install that today in his Cybertruck. And man, mine looks so good. I'm not done with it. Yeah, I'm not done with it, but I gotta add some more things. Using my code and saved like 30%. There's a link down below, of course, but this is what you get in the box. This is a controller. So this is what's gonna bring power from the frunk. And let me show you up front. I already disconnected the frunk power, or frunk. And right up here is where the power is. This is positive and this is negative. And then you have 48 volt, positive and negative, which will go right here. We're gonna wire the other wires going through here, pop inside right here, follow the wire up, and that's where we're gonna get power right up there. Place it in, oh geez, hit the door. Put this in place. This is the wire that goes from the front to the back. And then has a grommet. We're not gonna use these. We're gonna connect this a little bit better. And yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just big and, oh, I see this is different than mine. I'm looking at this now, but this is different. So it's only got one shade from one side. Interesting. If you follow my channel, I'm not a big fan of reading directions or watching videos. I just kind of like to go with it. And because my feeling is if you have a product and you need instructions, then it's not designed well. But this is different. So instead of messing with it for hours, I'm gonna look at the directions. This is a totally different one than I have. So it's obviously a different instruction. So this is a totally separate frame system that goes up and then you put the cover over top of it. So I'm excited to see how this goes, if I can do it with one person, because I watched their video and three people were actually installing this, and it's just me right now. So we'll see how this goes. But the biggest thing is hooking up the power and then getting it up front from the frunk. That's a lot to say. And then really it's just putting some clips there. So I'm going to do the power. I'll show you what the power looks like because I don't want to be liable for yours, but I'll show you which wires go where. And then just make sure as you're hooking up the wires, make sure the power to the frunk area is off on the screen. So when you go to your screen here, you hit the little car icon, go up here, outlets and mods, and then this is for the power frunk. You want to turn that, make sure that's off. If I have the wires kind of bare, so if I turn this on up top, this is for the roof, it goes blue, off is gray, so that is off, just like that. And David, you need to get a wrap on your truck. And as far as the wiring goes, I showed you before, this is the power. The red is the power, so red's gonna go to red, and black is going to go to the brown. And these are labeled positive and negative. So red is positive, 48 volt, and then out this side will be 12 volt power. So I really like these connectors here, and that's what I used. I used a red one worked here, and then a blue one, and all you do is use I used a heat gun and just shrink wraps. It would be good to use shrink wrap tubing over the top of that, but I ran out of the right size for that. So I'm gonna use electrical tape over top of those to keep them nice and safe. So the next step, what I did was I grabbed the wire with, so this end is gonna be connected with these two ends here. So I grabbed the other one, hooked it to a pole that I have to fish the wire all the way through this gasket, and then it's gonna go in that grommet right here, if you can see that. So I pulled the wire so there's no slack. I cleaned off an area right on the casting here, and I'm gonna set this in. This is double-sided tape right here, and I'm gonna clean up these wires, probably zip tie them. I have to pop this grommet off, and we're not using this. Now you could just put a slit through this and then pop it through, but they actually sent one, a grommet right here, which I think is really nice. So now you can just go right inside the hole. So this definitely would have been easier with the other end. This has the plastic piece, and it's gonna be a little challenge to get it through here. So take the other end, run it through this first, because it's just individual ones. So I recommend getting a little bit of slack, taking this and feeding it down. And then, so I'm gonna have to use both hands with this. I'm gonna have to get my hand in here and try to find where it's at. You can use another wire fish if you want to, but, which I may do, but this is the tricky part to get it in. All right, and that's what it should look like. This is coming through the gasket there, going in this grommet, running down just to about here. There's a hole you can stick your finger in and kind of guide out the white clip, and then I just run it up here and follow this up. So everything's back in place. The only wire you can see is right here. It actually follows up, tucks in here the same way, shoots over, you pull this down, and now the wire's sticking right out there. So to give you an idea how this goes, this is the front of it. So this is where the wire will attach, where I just ran. And then the shade is all on one side. So there's 6 clips on each side. So 3 here, 3 over there. They clip in right here along into the headliner. Now the shade or the cover piece is totally separate. Now you're probably looking at these wires, and these wires are for these connectors here. So there's controls on the front and both sides so the passengers can use them. So as we're sticking that back up there, we have to connect all 3 of these. I'm not sure if this is voice activated. I didn't get that far in the video, but it looks easier to install than the one I did. Because the one I did, I had to hold it up. I did it by myself, but I had to hold this up and then kind of sandwich in some brackets that will be able to just kind of hold there a lot easier. So I'm expecting this to go a little bit easier, hopefully, maybe, but you never know with these things, so. All right, so what I've got here is I put some of the brackets, these 3 brackets, I'm not sure exactly if I have them correctly. It's tucked in up front and it's pretty secure. So I put one on the back half, and I want to test this before I go too much farther. So I'm gonna turn the power on to the front, which is this button here. All right, so now this has power, and I plugged in this front one, and now we're gonna see if it works, moves. Because this is just a cover plate. Well, let's get on this side, I guess, so I can actually see it. And so, it does work. Oh, I heard a noise. So I had to move outside because there was not enough light inside, but I got everything to work. The little bracket fits here and the big bracket fits in the middle, but this holds really tight. This goes onto this, not on the side. This one goes on the side, and it seems to work. I hit the button. Oop. And at first this was bouncing off of here and it wouldn't stay closed. Let's see if it does it again, because it has a safety pinch thing, and now it's staying flat. So I was able to push it all the way in, or hold the button, and it locked it in place here. Now this is really nice. I'm gonna put this trim panel on and plug all these in to those, and they just get Velcroed in. Let's see how well this fits. All right, everything is installed. It is closed, and it looks really good. Let me sit back here. So I actually have room back here. I don't have room in mine. Now I only have like a ½ inch here. So yes, this isn't ideal, but I don't sit back in the back seat of my Cybertruck or his, but so it does give a little bit more headroom. So I do like that. But what I do like is back here, you can control this. So if you want to, you can just have it open just a little bit and get a little bit of sun if you're back here, if you want to see something. If not, you can close it from back here. On both sides, they both have controls. But up front here, this is the concerning part. I set the seat to his setting. Ooh, he's got a magnetic mount. Let's try using that. Oh, I like that. I should get one of these things. But this is kind of low here. This is where all the mechanism is for it. Now, I'm in his seating position, which I think is a little low for me. But if I go any higher, I mean, it cuts a lot of headroom out right here. So now if I sit low like this, it'll be fine. But I tend to sit up a little bit higher because my legs are longer. I don't like to have my knees super high. So I would be sitting about right here, and I have the same headroom that I do back there. So that is a con for me. And now a lot of people aren't as tall as I am, but you still have the controls right here. And I think this will use some type of voice. Maybe say, "Hey, Amy." No? So do I recommend this for somebody? Yes, I like the Sunshade because there's no, I don't like the heat coming through because I can feel it. Now this would actually block it right above me anyway, but if you're super tall, I would look at something different. Now there's two different models from Test Studios that you can look at. This one is nice if you're shorter, but I like it having back there, or mine opens up individually, and so there's less roll, so these are smaller. Mine's more seamless, but it does give a little bit less headroom in the back seat. So if you use code I1Tesla, you save tons of money. He did. He saved like 30%, I think, on this thing. So that's quite a bit. But is it worth it? I think so. Thanks for watching. If you like this, if you want to buy this and have me install it, if you're in the Charlotte area, there's links down below. If you want a wrap, if you want anything, I1 Customs, I1 Tesla, we do everything here. We actually do boats too. We actually wrap and paint protect boats now too. So if you have a boat on Lake Norman, that's where I'm at in North Carolina, hit us up. We could protect it, buff it out, put some paint protection film on there, and you're good for 5 to 7 years. You don't have to do anything to it. Makes sense. It's cheaper in the long run. Just like for your car. Paint protection film stops and protects the paint. Makes sense for your boat. Anyway, as always, stay awesome, stay positive. I'll catch you on the next one.